I know about MPA because I worked in MPA before. But individual performance, I don't want to start gauging them. But I can tell you, MPA could have done better. After concession, you cannot see any difference with MPA, other than every budget carries things that they are going to do that do not have direct impact to enhance what the concessionaires need to improve better than what they are doing now.
Let me take a shot again at the Nigerian Ports Authority.
Okay.
Sometimes ago, a former managing director told us the INPA was initiating maybe 25 or 27 development years plan. Do you see them still faithful as at this minute
to the development plan? Development plans all over the world are not conclusive from the beginning. When you make a development plan, you envisage this is going to be, let's say, in a decade. You know, they put a timeline.
Yes.
5 years development,
Yes.
10 years,
Yes.
20 years, and so on. The dream of establishing that development plan does not envisage various interventions that will put it off track. But the initiators are always eulogizing themselves that they have done this, they have done that, without us looking at the development plans of before. Nigeria had development plan, if you remember. The IBB did development plan. Abacha did development plan. Even with the coercive nature of the military, what are those stages of development plan as of now? MPA development plan, what are they developing? They are not building ports. Private sectors and government are planning to build their ports, like state government are trying to get ports. But then, why are you planning for ports when the ports that you have already are not at optimum performance? Because MPA is supposed to be regulatory. MPA does not back vessels. MPA does not do terminal work. But they want to be seen to be the strength of staff of MPA now belie the efficiency of MPA. I'm telling you honestly. There are things that MPA should not even go into. All those batting facilities of badges, talks, and all that. It should not be their business. That should be private sector engagement now. With the terminal operators that are already private sector.
Prince, sir, if you take a look right now at the Lekki Deepsea port, industry watcher says it is performing very well. If it is performing very well,
it was not based on development plan. It was not a civil service idea in air-conditioned offices, sleeping in Abuja hotels, dreaming of what they can do. That's why you see the performance of Lekki Deepsea port. That performance had to be so because those who are investing are outsiders who are ready to recover their investment as fast as possible, but with efficiency and delivery.
Now, with Lekki port in place, do you believe, sir, that we need Badagry Deepsea port?
I don't know why we are building ports. Olokola is a port that they are trying to build. There's another one in Benin. There's another one in Ogun State. There's the one in Akwa Ibom. You see the number of ports that matter. It's like every state now wants to have airports without thinking of how viable are they going to be. Because you build these things, you are now using government money that will have been used for the welfare of the people in maintaining a gigantic structure that you may not complete during your tenure. The man coming after you may not complete during his tenure. And everybody go there, just take some little ones. And then at the end of the day, one day they tell you, we are going to now go into private partnership with some big English. That's the difference.
The president. Let's take a look at another aspect of the industry. You mentioned badges. You mentioned, we can't talk of badges and badging without talking of cargo. Without talking of cargo. The cargo that the badges are expected.
No, I know what you're talking about.
How do you assess the operation of barges in the country as at now, particularly in terms of policy guiding operation of barges, particularly in Lagos, especially in Lagos?
Yeah, Lagos seems to be the reference point for all developmental attempts in this country, be it politics, be it anything you want to talk about. It's a pity we don't have a forum, or forums are not created for stakeholders to have interchange of experience in operations. Maybe you see one agency of government will get up and say they want to have a stakeholder briefing. Why don't you do collective stakeholders briefing? Collectively. The stakeholders of some, the stakeholders to standard organization, that is NAFDAC, customs, this, then let them bring the stakeholder along with themselves, question and answer. Where do we get it wrong? Where we, and some of these issues will be resolved. But MP want to do their own stakeholders meeting so that in the budget, the amount they put to take over of stakeholder will have been accounted for. Right? So also other agencies will do their own. That's why we're not getting it right. Badges are supposed to supplement the efforts of the movement of cargo. Now let's start. Would there be any ports if there's no ship?
No.
Would there be any ship if there is no cargo? No. Would there be any cargo if there is no importer? No. Or exporter? So the main factor, those that engineer the availability of this cargo to move, because cargo is the factor. Somebody traveled and owns that cargo. You are not putting into consideration. We don't have a viable importers association apart from a group of people who want to be collecting money at one place or the other. It should be enhanced, even under the there is this group about I will recollect as we move along. Those are the ones that assisted abroad to protect the interests of consumers. Consumer Protection Agency. We have it in Nigeria. It has government input. I think government owns that commission. Yes. The bottom line is those are the powers that will make sure that you realize the effort you are making. Like this importer association should be under their own regulation. Somebody must speak for them. Somebody must hold people accountable for their actions or inaction. But those things are not there in this country. So everybody do what they like. And each agency is not interplaying with other agencies. Everybody is on their own.